Genius Kids. Cultivating love for learning.
Lesson 7. Interior of the Earth. Knowledge acquisition. Geography is the science dealing with the real differentiation of the Earth's surface, as shown in the character, arrangement, and interrelations of such elements as climate, elevation, vegetation, population, and land use. Interior of the Earth. The interior of the Earth is also a dynamic one like its surface and is made up of rocks. These rocks are formed in layers, one upon another, and exert enormous downward pressure. There is great heat in the interior of the Earth. The pressure and heat act together to keep the interior in a dynamic state. How do we know about Earth's interior? It is not possible to undertake direct studies about the interior of the Earth. Thus, most of our knowledge about the structure and the interior of the Earth is based on the behavior of seismic or earthquake waves. The earthquake waves are generated in the interior of the Earth. They travel to the surface at different speeds. They tell us whether the interior is constituted of solid or liquid, because S waves or surface waves are not transmitted through liquids. Moreover, volcanoes and earthquakes throw up materials from the interior of the Earth to the surface. On the basis of certain laws of chemistry and physics, scientists have established that the interior of the Earth is made up of rocks in solid and liquid form. Structure. On the basis of chemical properties, the interior of the Earth is divided into three main layers: crust, mantle, and core. Crust. Solid outer shell of the Earth is called crust. It is a very thin layer. Its thickness varies from about 5 kilometers under the oceans to about 40 kilometers under the plains, like the Gangetic Plain or the prairies of North America. Under high mountains, such as the Himalayas and the Alps, the crust may vary in thickness from 50 kilometers to 80 kilometers. The crust can be broadly divided into continental landmass and ocean floor. The main mineral constituents of the continental landmass are silica and alumina, together called Cl. Si is equal to silica, Al is equal to aluminium. The oceanic crust is called Sima. Si is equal to silica, Ma is equal to magnesium, after its main mineral elements. Mantle. Below the crust lies the mantle, which extends to a depth of 2,900 kilometers. The mantle is divided into two parts, upper and lower mantle. While the upper mantle is in a solid state, the lower mantle is in semi-molten condition. Core. Core lies below the mantle. It extends to a depth of about 3,500 kilometers to 5,000 kilometers. It is also divided into two sections, outer core and inner core. The outer core is in a liquid state and is said to be in motion. The motion is generated by differences in heat. Boundary zones. Each of the layers is separated from the other by a wide boundary zone which has the characteristics of both the upper and lower parts. The boundary that separates the crust from the mantle is called the Moho discontinuity. It was discovered by an earth scientist named Andrija Mohorovic. The boundary between the core and the mantle is known as the core-mantle interface. Do you know? Platinum is one of the least reactive metals. It has remarkable resistance to corrosion. Rocks and minerals. The lithosphere consists of rocks. Litho is a Greek word which means rock. Rocks are made up of minerals. This is because rocks are constantly being made and destroyed by nature itself. Rock is defined as the natural solid material which forms the crust of the Earth. Rocks do not have a definite chemical composition. They may be hard like granite or soft like clay. The hardness, color, and rigidity depend on the mineral content of the rock. The following table depicts the comparison between rock and mineral. Rock. 1. A rock is an aggregate of minerals. 2. A rock is a natural and solid material forming the earth. 3. Rocks are chiefly of three types. 4. A rock has no definite chemical composition. This can vary from specimens found at one place to those found at another place. Mineral. 1. A mineral contains only one ore and has atomic structure. 2. A mineral is a natural inorganic compound found in rocks. 3. There are about 2000 types of known minerals. 4. A mineral has a definite chemical composition. Minerals can be divided into two categories, metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals, the rocks which are rich in metals, are known as ores. Ores have a tendency to get concentrated, particularly in rocks. It is because when magma comes in contact with water, it dissolves the metal-rich minerals. The solution is leached, leading to concentration of metallic minerals at a certain place. Mines are, therefore, sited where large concentrations of metallic minerals are found. Some of the important metallic minerals are iron, gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc, mercury, platinum, etc. Non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals are found in the Earth's crust with sedimentary rocks. Only inorganic substances are regarded as minerals. However, for general understanding, salts, clay, coal, and petroleum are also included among non-metallic minerals. Types of rocks. On the basis of their mode of formation, rocks can be classified mainly in three categories: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. 1. Igneous rocks. These are called the primary rocks because they were the first to be formed on the earth, and all other rocks are ultimately derived from them. They are formed by cooling and solidification of the molten matter of the earth. Igneous is derived from Latin word ignis meaning fiery. The Sanskrit word agni also has a similar meaning. There are two types of igneous rocks: intrusive igneous and extrusive igneous. The molten matter known as magma, during its movement, enters rock crevices and comes out on Earth's surface. It is then known as lava. The lava rapidly cools down and becomes solid. Rocks formed in such a way are known as extrusive igneous rocks. Basalt is a fine example of extrusive igneous rock. Like all other extrusive igneous rocks, it has a fine-grained structure. Being thermal in origin, solidification may take place in the interior of Earth as well. Rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks. Because of slow cooling and solidification, they have large grains. These rocks are also called plutonic rocks. These rocks are of various types depending on how and when the magma solidifies. Important examples of intrusive rocks are granite and gabbro. Economic importance. 1. These rocks supply various types of minerals. 2. Granite is used for house building and idol making. 3. Pumice stone is used as an abrasive. 4. Basalt and dolerite are used for road making. 5. Gravestones and monuments are made from these hard-wearing rocks. Rocks so formed are called intrusive igneous rocks. Because of slow cooling and solidification, they have large grains. These rocks are also called plutonic rocks. These rocks are of various types depending on how and when the magma solidifies. Important examples of intrusive rocks are granite and gabbro. Economic importance. 1. These rocks supply various types of minerals. 2. Granite is used for house building and idol making. 3. Pumice stone is used as an abrasive. 4. Basalt and dolerite are used for road making. 5. Gravestones and monuments are made from these hard-wearing rocks. 2. Sedimentary rocks. These rocks are found in various forms and are regarded as the Earth's outermost crust. The elements of climate, temperature, rainfall, and air break down the rocks on the surface of the Earth. These materials, removed by rivers, winds and glaciers, are transported and deposited in depressions, oceans, and lakes. Layer upon layer is thus deposited over millions of years. These layers are then compacted or cemented due to heavy overlying pressure. These hardened layers are known as sedimentary rocks. Sometimes, the remains of dead animals and plants, which get trapped in the layers of sedimentary rocks, are called fossils. Coal, oil and natural gas are fossil fuels obtained from this type of rocks. Examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone, sandstone, shale, conglomerate, and slate. Many sedimentary rocks like shale contain oil. Sedimentary rocks are widespread and, besides being sources of coal, petroleum, and gas, also form soil. Characteristics: 1. These rocks are formed in layers or strata and are therefore also called stratified rocks. Being of secondary origin, they are also called secondary rocks. 2. They are made of particulate matter. 3. They consist of fossils of animals and plants. 4. These rocks bear marks of ripples, waves, and mud. 5. They are non-crystalline rocks. 6. They are soft and easily eroded. 7. They form about 75% of Earth's surface. Economic importance: 1. They are the main source of coal and mineral oils. 2. Clay, cement, glass and sand are made from these rocks. 3. Limestone is used for building purposes. 4. Many chemicals and fertilizers are obtained from these rocks, contained in bulk crystallized particles. Comparison between igneous and sedimentary rocks. Base of comparison: igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks. 1. Formation: cooling of lava, deposit of sediments. 2. Resistance: very hard, very soft. 3. Type: primary rocks, secondary rocks. 4. Location: volcanic regions, depressions, seas and lakes. 3. Metamorphic rocks. The word metamorphosis in Greek means change of form. Metamorphic rocks are actually igneous or sedimentary rocks which have been changed due to excessive heat and pressure inside the earth. Small crystals combine together and form large crystals. Various minerals combine to form new minerals. The rocks thus transformed are called metamorphic rocks. The act of metamorphism takes hundreds of years. The main examples are marble, slate, gneiss, quartzite, etc. Characteristics: 1. They are hard, weather-resistant rocks that cannot be eroded easily. 2. Metamorphism takes place at great depths in the Earth's interior, under conditions of intense temperature and pressure. 3. They are brought to the surface by movements deep within the Earth. 4. They are recrystallized rocks. Examples: serial number, original rock, metamorphic rock. 1. Limestone, marble. 2. Shale, slate. 3. Granite, gneiss. 4. Sandstone, quartzite. 5. Coal, graphite. 6. Mica, schist. Economic significance: 1. Granite, graphite and marble are obtained from these rocks. The Taj Mahal is built of pure white marble. 2. Fine powders are derived from these rocks. 3. After refining, minerals can yield metals like gold, silver, copper and aluminium. Rock cycle. The rock cycle is the change in type of rocks within sedimentary, igneous and metamorphic varieties, including the process of weathering and erosion. In this continuous process, rocks are recycled and converted into one or the another form through weathering, erosion, melting, solidification, and change of form on account of pressure and heat. The rock cycle continues endlessly, turning over the Earth's raw materials and maintaining its freshness and vitality down the ages. Keywords: rock, chief substance of the earth made of minerals. Mineral, substances occurring in nature with a definite chemical composition. Magma, hot material in molten state inside the earth. Rock cycle, endless process by which rocks are formed, destroyed and formed again. Let's revise. The interior of the earth is also dynamic one like its surface and is made up of rocks. Based on chemical properties, the interior of the earth is divided into three main layers: crust, mantle and core. Rocks are made up of minerals. Minerals can be divided into two categories: metallic and non-metallic minerals. Rocks which are rich in minerals are known as ores. Rocks can be classified mainly in three categories: igneous, sedimentary and metamorphic. Rock cycle is continuous process.
Like, share and subscribe.